Blackburn, we are the mighty fighting Burns.
Welcome at Oval Park shortly.
Through and through, we're trying, we're striving to win the flag. We're going to show every game is in the bag, and when we go out on the ground, 'cause our hearts are big and sound, we will never let them down. Come on, Noble, show them how.
So the teams are out there now, which means we're about to get underway. They're doing their little kick to kick. As I was saying before, Vermont went 17-1 this season in the reserves and didn't make it through to the grand final, out in straight sets. So their seniors later on today will be looking for redemption for them. For Noble Park, their seniors didn't make the grand final, so they'll be trying to get a little bit of redemption there themselves, Trent.
Well, it helps probably being able to bring back numbers. Obviously, with Vermont seniors still alive, playing this afternoon, they can't sort of flood sort of their more senior players back into the reserves. Yeah, which obviously hurt them.
Absolutely, and from a Blackburn point of view, I mean, it's just another grand final appearance for this reserve side who...
Toss of the coin has been won by Blackburn.
As well as
the Highway end once again.
Under 19s, I think they've gone back-to-back as well. So it's just, their development program is just amazing.
Yeah, it's paving the way for some fruitful years ahead, I think, for the Burners. They'll, yeah, the kids are certainly delivering, and there's a lot to look forward to on that front.
Yeah, one thing I noticed this season, looking down the divisions, a lot of players that played in that reserves grand final from last year for Blackburn, they've gone on to play for other clubs. Carl Giovannini at Templestowe, Mitch Brower at Donvale, and a premiership player at Donvale now. So they just, yeah, they know how to make them.
I think Blackburn kicking to the right of screen as well. So
they've won the toss. It looks like, and a kicking to the right of screen. We've got the screen up here, and I think the players are making their way over for the national anthem shortly. So just going over that ladder again. So we had the final teams at Vermont, Blackburn, Baldwin, Noble Park, and Berwick. So we're eventually down to 2 with Blackburn and Noble Park making it. Just want to go through some of the goal kickers. So playing for Noble Park, we've got Bailey Thompson there, who kicked 38 goals for the season. He won the goal kicking. How do you see his performance as being, you know, an integral part of what they're doing today, Trent?
Yeah, he's had a great year. Obviously, well-deserved outcome, topping the goal kicking charts there with 38 alongside his name. So I'll be interesting. I'll be keeping a close eye on that matchup today. Yeah, I'll be keeping a close eye on that matchup today. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Indeed, and for Blackburn, 19 goals in 5 games for Critopoulos there, number 40 for Blackburn. So he also looms as a potential threat. We go back to the meeting this year. They only played the one game, these two teams. Earlier in the season, it was the Bulls that day that lost to Blackburn. 2 goals, 11-23 to 10-3, 63. As we now head down to the ground, the national anthem, the players lined up, so we'll leave it there.
On behalf of the Eastern Football Netball League, welcome to Bayswater Oval for today's Eastland Premier Division Reserves Grand Final. We begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather, and we pay our respects to their elders past and present. And we extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. Congratulations and best of luck to both competing clubs in today's decider. The officials for today's game are in the field: Nicholas Bell, Bailey O'Neill and Mitchell Hart. On the boundary is Daniel Grace and Nathan Flynn. And in goals is Samuel Gannon and Joel Maskant. And now I would ask all to be upstanding with the players and the umpires for the Australian National Anthem.
Goosebumps, Trent. Absolute goosebumps. It's grand final day. How excited are you?
Yeah, it's D-Day. There is no tomorrow, as they say, so they'll leave everything out there today and there'll be nothing left in the tank.
I'm definitely intrigued by these two teams. Just the fact that you've got Blackburn, who are going for, I think it might be sort of close to 3 in a row. I know we had that sort of unusual 2021 season, and then you've got a team then up against a team like Noble Park, who we know what they can do in grand finals. We saw what their seniors did last year, so it's such an intrigue with the clubs involved. And I'm going to throw to you now for a pre-match tip.
Pre-match tip, I'm going to have to lean the way of the Burners. I think they'll be hard to beat today. Obviously, looking back at their round, what round was that? Sorry,
I actually don't know.
I'm not sure. Okay, so yeah, well, their previous meeting anyway. If that's the only form to go by,
it was in July.
It was in July. There we go. So yeah, no, I'll be leaning that way, I think.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. 17-1 record for the season up against the Bulls, who are a little bit more inconsistent, but as you noted there, the fact that their seniors did go out before the finals, that probably helps them get some players back. And you look through the lineup, and there is a lot of names that look familiar to the games that we've done in the seniors, so they have been able to get a few players back in that's going to sort of shore them up. As the players move towards the centre of the ground, it's a dazzling day out here at Bayswater Oval. I've been running into people all morning who were at the game last year. I don't know if you were here for last year, Trent, but
Yeah, I called the 19s last year, so...
Right, and just talk us through the weather that day, because it was a bit nasty, I heard.
Not from my memory. I thought it was pretty decent.
Grand final last year?
Yeah.
Maybe it was in the morning. I know the seniors sort of got washed out and a lot of people went home, so we've got the antithesis of that today. It's the umpire looms to ball it up for the start of this game. It's Blackburn versus Noble Park. Trent, I'll give it to you to take us underway for the first bounce.
So here we go. D-Day, as we said. The hit-out's won by Blackburn. And it's a hot footy early. Wrapped up there was Goikoa. The two rucks will do it all again in the middle. This time Blackburn send it straight up the chimney. It's gone about 30 in the end and marking well there. It's one of the forwards on a strong lead. That was Heaton. Just now assesses his options forward. He's taking all of his allotted time now. Can pump this one to the hot spot. Coming at it to meet this one. Just couldn't quite rein it in and mopping up well. It's the Bulls. So they share it by hand. And in the end, just a hack kick. Sort of gets close to the line rather, and now it's pushed over.
Ominous start there from the Burners, out of the clearance, contested mark as they push forward, but well repelled there by the Bulls. So we get a boundary throw in. Sends us in. Blackburn have got some numbers, but it's Noble Park who come over the clearance. He's dropped the ball there though. Umpire says nothing doing. Noble Park get the pick up. Try to send it through the corridor. There's Burners players there at the ground level and a big tackle laid. Straight back in the centre of the ground where we started. The umpire's going to ball it up. 1 minute gone in this first term. Rucks go at it. Noble Park get the tap down this time. Blackburn surging it out there. It's Brown, gets the clearance. Finds a short target there at centre wing. That's Buckley. Been their best player this season. Named in their best players on regular occasions as they go forward. This one's Brown again. He's tackled. The umpire's actually found a free kick there going in the direction of Noble Park, so they'll get another chance to set up here. He goes for the switch. He's got a player there in Wilkinson. Wilkinson will have that important job today on Jack Critopoulos, the dangerous forward for Blackburn. As Noble look to come out here, and a good strong mark taken there at half back by Goikoa. He goes long up the wing, just puts it to the hot spot, and Blackburn are going to intercept this one, this time through Dawson. He plays on quickly, goes through the corridor. They got runners on here. It's Buckley. Tries to take him on, throws it on the left boot, goes inside 50. He's got a runner there in Randalls. He balks, throws it on the left boot. They keep it in Blackburn, keep working it forward. The snap's on. As the crowd like it, and the Blackburn players like it too, so Blackburn strike first. 3 minutes into this first quarter. That was a beautiful snap there. I missed who kicked it, Trent, but I think it might have been that same player that took that contested mark. It might have been
Heaton.
Heaton. I think you're right.
We'll get back to you there, but good snap nonetheless. And they're on the board early.
Certainly looking ominous early. A lot of time in forward half for the Burners so far as we go back to the centre bounce.
So here we go again. Back in the middle. Hit out. It's a 0-0 draw. Crumbing this one is Blackburn. Right it was. Gets the clearance forward. Defending grimly are the Bulls. They work it out by hand well down the line, although setting up well was Hart. Was bumped as he kicked, and the fist came from running there to kill it over the boundary line. On true centre wing. Going to be tossed back into play.
What do the Bulls have to do here, Trent? Because they feel a little bit under siege early in this one.
Just got to settle the nerves, sort of kick mark game, get that going a little bit.
Bit of control.
That's it. So throw in now. The two rucks to contest again. This time Blackburn with the hit out. He'll have another crack at it there. That was Haloa. Lands with number 11, not on our team sheet there for the Bulls. Forward go the Burners again. And there's a whistle. Free kick going the way of Blackburn. It's that man again. Heaton, I hope. Inside 50 now. Getting off the leash there. It's one of the Burners forwards. Might be Downey. If he's kind enough, he can turn his back to us. There we go, number 30. Downey it was.
Early best on ground for Heaton.
Yep. Brought his own footy at the moment. So another opportunity coming up here for the Burners to capitalise on a fast start. Measured approach now. In he strolls, set shot kick on its way. The umpire, geez, narrowly sneaks it home. There we go, 2 straight for Blackburn. They've put Noble Park on the back foot early.
Indeed, and as I said, looking ominous here for Noble Park. Just cannot get the ball out of their own half here in the first 5 minutes and just haven't settled into this game. A beautiful couple of goals. I missed the game. Who got the first one again?
Heaton.
That was Heaton who got the first one. He's been unreal. As we go back to the centre, it's Blackburn again who looked to get the clearance, but the umpire's found a free kick. This time it'll go in the direction of Oglethorpe. He played in that elimination final in the seniors for Blackburn, so a really good contributor for them this year. And they've got another mark inside 50, this time to Kritopoulos, who's kicked 19 goals in 5 games. A huge target there for Blackburn, and this would be 3 in 6 minutes. Another huge contested mark there. He's about 15 or 20 metres out directly in front. Comes in, does Kritopoulos. It's a slow, methodical run up, and he doesn't look good. It was a funny sort of a run up, wasn't it, Trent?
I think 19 goals in 5 games. That 30-metre task wouldn't have been a problem, but just hung it out to the right a touch.
He looks a little bit more like a sort of elusive type forward, so maybe he likes it on the run a little bit more than the set shot.
So it'll be Beach to bring it back into play with the kick-out duties. Spots something he likes on the outer wing side now. Long ball to a 1-on-1 contest. Thought he made a pretty good fist of that. There was number 56 again, not on our team sheet. A couple of names missing for the Bulls. As this one will be tossed back into play where the arc intersects with the boundary line. It's been one-way traffic. Must be a big breeze to ride a screen. So here we go now, boundary throw in again. Slap forward the way of the Bulls. And they can mop this one up through the quarterback. Number 56 again, one of those not on our team sheet. And then just a rush ball.
It's always the ones that aren't on the team sheet that get a lot of the footy, isn't it?
We talked about them just needing to settle the nerves, get a bit of control. That was just a rushed hack kick out on the full.
Yeah, they desperately need an uncontested mark here as the Burners go inside 50. I think that might have been, it's gone over the boundary line, so we'll have a throw in inside forward 50 for the Burners. As they search for another one, it was a bit of a let off that last set shot. Missed to the right of screen, so the umpire will bring us back in. Blackburn get the tap down. Gathered at ground level here. That's Buckley. He's wrapped up and another ball up. 8 minutes gone in the first quarter. It's Blackburn 2 goals 1. Noble Park yet to score. It's another shot on goal here from the Burners, and it's hit the post. Super dangerous there. Again, Buckley who gathered that one off the right contest. Beach will bring us back in. So they find that uncontested mark. Noble Park, they need a few more of those to settle the nerves. They look pretty unsure with ball in hand at the moment. Come out of defensive 50, and again it's cut off, this time by Hollower for Blackburn. He'll send them back inside 50. There's plenty of targets down there. Blackburn have some numbers, goes to ground level, and it's exited here from Hillard for Noble Park. Looks up. Number 58 there, who also not on our team sheet. He comes inboard, finds a target in Lambert. So they are looking for those uncontested marks at the moment. They get another one here. with number 11, Mystery Man. They come across. It's a dangerous kick, but it might pay off. Running through here is Brunning. Looks to go inside 50, can't get enough distance on it. And Blackburn are going to repel. They come out on the wing here. Run through there from Brown. He gets an errant handball, and there's a big tackle laid there by the Mystery Man in number 11 for Noble Park. And the Burners don't like it. Umpire just throws it up to get play going again. Kicked out of there by Napa. Finds a contest. He's got a few runners here. Running onto it is Pereira. Tries to switch sides. And a pretty crucial contest one over there by Noble Park, and will eventually have a ball up. They've probably gained themselves just about their first inside 50 there, have Noble Park. 10 minutes gone in this first quarter. It's another ball up, and we'll get another stoppage.
That tackle before might just be the fire starter Noble Park need, as forward go Burners again with a looping handball. This time he just puts it into the path of that man Heaton. Tracks down this footy, can try and step his marker, breaks a tackle on the check side. He's hit the belly of the ball across the face. Nearly worked out in the end for Blackburn there, as this one just trickles over. Had the rub of the green at the moment, and things like that really turning into gold at the moment. Everything they touch. So boundary throw in, 30 out from home. It's helped out Noble Park there. That's trying to charge through. That was Hillard. Finds a teammate by hand and then just slaps it on the boot. Again, a one-on-one contest at the fall. Trying to turn his man there was Thompson. Might have been hit hard there. Oh, and then floored again was Blackburn with the footy. That was Hart. Bit of feeling in this one early. Bit sore and sorry after that one. So they'll get a chance here just to slow it down a touch. With Thompson a long way from home. Just puts it on the half volley of his teammate.
Might have been out on the full. Oh, no. No, it is a throw-in. So, Noble Park, they'll look to go forward. Haven't had a lot of territory so far in this one. Ruck gets a tap down. It's Blackburn at the foot of the ball. But I think the umpires found a free kick going in the Noble direction. So this might be the bit of luck that they need. It's Camilleri. Goes for the long kick, searching for a target, floating back there, almost taken. Blackburn are going to get away here. They come off half back, searching for a target in the centre of the ground there. Looks like Downey. Noble Park look to mop up here. This time through Jones. Goes corridor. Can't be taken, but oh, it's a hospital handball. They get out of jail here, Noble Park. They go inside 50. The kick's poor. And eventually, I think Blackburn are going to tidy up here. How's Oglethorpe? They burst through and they're going to get an inside 50 for themselves here. Players running everywhere for Blackburn. He slips one over the top. Running onto it there is Barnes. Tries to turn his opponent. Goes to the deep into the pocket. It's a dribble kick. He's kicked a miraculous goal there. An unbelievable goal from Barnes. He did the step in and the step out. The dribble kick perfectly weighted to bounce over the defender there for coming through is Jones for Noble Park. And they get their third on the board. It's 3-2-20 playing Noble Park, yet to score.
Wow, he's come off for a well-deserved rest there. That was something out of the top drawer.
Barnesy.
So back in the middle again. Can Noble Park answer? They might get a chance for the clearance here as two number 47s working in tandem there. Again, another hit out. Goes the way of Noble Park, although running onto this one is that number 39 in Thompson, it might have been. Forward to the hot spot. trying to burst clear and all sorts of appeal for a holding, and he might have drawn one here. I think he just fooled the umpire. The call was pushing the back in the end, so Noble Park can look to register their first score of the day. So number 58.
58 lining up now.
Byford it is. 20 metres out. No angle to speak of. In here steps now. Set shot kick. Made the goal umpire work, and that hurts from a Noble Park perspective.
They needed that one.
That had to go through.
So it's Tassel who's going to bring Blackburn back into play here. Looks to the outer side. Tries to find a target. It's Heaton over there. Not a bad option, how well he's played so far. And I think the ball's found its way over the line. It has. So a pretty good result there for Blackburn. Boundary umpire is going to bring us back in. Napa doing the ruck duties here for Noble Park. His opponent there playing in front gets the hit out. Big tackle laid. Looking for a head-high contact was a Blackburn player there, but the umpire says no. Up goes Napa, gets the hit out this time. It's Blackburn who shark it. Got runners through the middle of the ground. Might have been infringed. Number 13 there, Erebulet. He goes inside 50. Has he found a target? Might be downfield, is it? I think he's got Jones. Whether that was downfield or they paid the mark, I'm not too sure about that one, but Jones, a chance for redemption here. Slid that previous one to the right-hand side. Really important kick, this one for Noble Park. They need to get on the board. They trail by 19 points. Jones comes in. And he's gone across the face to the other side this time. So 2 behinds in a minute for Noble Park. They trail by 18 points. A bad miss, that one.
It's his second bad miss already. Can't afford to make too many more mistakes. Again on the outer wing side, it's a thumping left foot. Lands in the lap of Noble Park. Had a good little purple patch here. Spots a teammate on the lateral. Didn't gain any distance. They're just bereft of options down the line. He just puts it into space in the end. Blackburn are first to the footy. Running onto this one is Wright. Again, just puts it into more space. Which side of the paint did that bounce on?
Yeah, it's a bit tricky to tell on that far side. Throw in, I think.
Don't have the luxury of the camera panning to the boundary umpire's signal, do we?
We don't. It dips away a bit over there. So the umpire brings us back in on that far side wing. The Rucks go out at Noble Park, get the clearance this time. But it's all the run at the moment with Blackburn. They work it around through hands. But Noble Park forced the turnover. And the umpire's going to ball it up. I think, all things considered, the 18-point margin, Noble Park will probably take it. They would have liked to get one of those goals. But the margin not out of hand at this stage. Blackburn get the hit out this time. Running through there was Wright. Another player that's played plenty of senior footy, and he finds a target inside 50. They come across centre half forward position. Marking it there is Oglethorpe. Goes for a short ball. It's a little bit too short. Bit of a ground grubber. Oglethorpe back on the right boot. Snaps and just drifting across the face there. There is a breeze down that end. It might be wreaking a little bit of havoc. As Oglethorpe there squanders another chance. They go 3-3-21 to Noble Park, 2 behinds. And bring us back in will be Beach.
So Beach again opts to head the outer wing side. It's a low drilling ball. It'll find its intended target. That man, number 56.
It's Marshall.
We found a name. Marshall it is. It's been lively early. This time just puts it once more to the contest. Noble Park will try and rove this one. Might have earned himself a free kick here. As he heads down the line again, further afield. Getting onto this one is Thompson. Spots something he likes at centre half forward. If it sits, he's in business. The tackle was good from Blackburn. Lee it was. Just stopped him dead in his tracks and had to. First time they've really been tested, this Blackburn defence. As the siren rings out and tempers flare. At quarter time, it's 3-3-21 the way of Blackburn, leading Noble Park. Just the 2 minor scores alongside their name.
Just go through the goal kickers. So it's Lewis Downey.
AFL Victoria, with support of leagues and clubs, are committed to keeping our game great. Make a promise to be the best version of yourself and support the hard-working volunteers, coaches and
19-point margin. We'll take a short break and be back with you soon.
Real fans respect the game. Make a pledge to keep the passion alive, but remember, any form of abuse is not welcome on our turf.
That volume's about 100 times better. Yeah, well, yeah, so no, I said.
Quarter time in the Premier Reserves Grand Final here on Eastland EFNL Grand Final Day at Bayswater Oval. And Blackburn, well, very similar in the 19s with a fast start, and they've copied that in the reserves. 3-3-21. The Burners are leading Noble Park to behind here at quarter time. So a big start here for the Burners again. The other thing too is, speaking of burning, don't get burnt. The sun is out, shining ever so brightly on this beautiful day. Beautiful Saturday for Premier Grand Final Day. So make sure that you sunscreen up and keep safe. Don't get burnt. That's the important bit today. Second quarter still to come, as well as plenty more action. Still the senior grand final after this between Vermont and Rowville. We'll catch the live call of that one on ECFM 98.1. But for now, 3 quarters to go for the reserves grand final between Blackburn and Noble Park.
patrons are reminded that after the coaches address, and indeed after the warning siren, to please leave the arena and getting ready for the following quarter.
Welcome back to the Premier Division Reserves Grand Final. So far in this one, it's Blackburn 3-3-21 playing Noble Park, just the two behind. So they carry a 19-point lead, do the Burners. They were favourites going into this game, and they've pretty well had the perfect start, haven't they, Trent?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether or not that right of screen is the scoring end. Obviously, it's a bit hard to tell from indoors, but there is a slight breeze out there. Seems to be swirling around the touch, but we'll see if Noble Park can sort of use that to their advantage this quarter.
Yeah, I definitely noticed in the under-19s earlier today that the ball was carrying quite far down that end, so that slight advantage. I don't think it's a significant, it's not a 5-goal breeze or anything like that, but it definitely could help the Bulls in this quarter, as they're desperate to get back into this one. The umpire not far from taking us underway. Beautiful day down here at Bayswater. If you're free, come down to Bayswater Oval and get some footy action, Trent.
So, second term underway here. Bayswater Oval. Perfect conditions out there today. There's no excuses. Blackburn run onto this one. Can send a long ball forward. It's fisted in the opposite direction. It came from a Burners fist, and then going forward was Oglethorpe. Just slaps a bouncing footy forward. Running onto this one is Telford. He can flick it over the top to his teammate standing all on his lonesome in the square. It's far too easy at the moment for Blackburn. That was Kritopoulos. Made no mistake from 1 metre out there.
They've just got more runs so far in this game, haven't they? It's just running in waves. They've always got the outnumber. 4 goals, 3-27 to 2 behinds Noble Park, and they're running away with this one, the Burners. Danger signs for Noble Park as we go back to the centre of the ground. They're in desperate need of a bounce-back goal. Rucks go at it. Free kick again going to the Burners here. So it's Hollower. He looks afield. He's got a leading option. Back with the flight was a Noble player, Bravely. He ends up winning that ball on the ground level. Drops it, he lays a tackle. It was air bullet that time. Noble Park looked to go forward. Contest looming. And Noble Park eventually will get a free kick for a high tackle. Looks inside 50. And again, it's a turnover. Marked this time by Brown. So the Burners just look to slow it down, find a few uncontested marks. Oglethorpe takes it back here. He's been lively, but his kick is not a good one. Kicked it straight to the Noble Park bench. Bringing us back in is Marshall. Goes inside 50. Oh, fly there from the Noble player. Got a few players at ground level here. The tackle laid by Jones. Blackburn look to get it out. They flick it to Oglethorpe. Runners everywhere, Blackburn. And they'll get out of this unscathed. Now Noble have the numbers though. It's on centre wing, broadcast side. Kick through the gap there by Lambert. And the big man there in Hollower ends up doing the clean-up work for Blackburn. Tackle evade. They're hunting in numbers now, Noble Park. They want to trap this one inside 50. And eventually we'll get a ball up on forward 50 for the Bulls.
They would have had a stern talking to that quarter time break, and they're certainly delivering on those messages. Would have been all about pressure, and there's it on display again. That had to be rewarded just about. So another ball up here for the 2 rucks to go at it again. Hollower won the hit out to no avail though, and he'll get another crack here.
Those ball winners of Oglethorpe and Heaton doing a lot of damage to the Bulls at the moment.
So this time, slap forward out of the ruck, the way of the Bulls. They laid it good. Forward pressure tackle to lock it in. And this time, the bottom of that pack is the Bulls again. They were second to the footy in the first term. So another ruck contest again. This time dragged off it was Blackburn. That was Brown. And Hollower has another crack here in the ruck. Blackburn miscommunication there. They've coughed it up the way of Noble Park. Bouncing footy. Boundary line their friend on this occasion.
So a bit of territory early in this one for Noble Park. But they need to convert a goal. Yet to hit the scoreboard in a meaningful manner. 4 minutes gone in this second quarter. Hollower gets the tap for Blackburn. To repel, the tackle's attempted. Gets the clearing kick, but it's going to come back. Can he find the target? They haven't been able to so far. Running through there is Malachy. He's tackled. And eventually the umpire just says, give it to me. And there's a bit going on off the ball over there as well. Umpire says nothing doing, so he throws it up. Holloway gets the tap away for Blackburn. He's well tackled by Malachy. Another ball up. So they're getting desperate in Noble Park. This time it's Noble who'll get the hit out. Crum beautifully there by Hillard. Can't break the tackle though. Eventually his handball's cut off. Blackburn look to get out. Clearing kick's pretty good. It's just fisted forward there by Heaton. But eventually Noble Park get it away through Wilkinson. He finds a target. A short chip found there and Brunning takes a mark. And he's got a target this time inside forward 50. Beautiful mark taken by Byford. So they've got to get this one, Trent. So important that they convert this goal. They haven't had too many opportunities. They've missed both their set shots. One thing I've noticed about this Bulls lineup, they have been pretty good at taking marks inside 50. As he comes in, Byford. This would excite the crowd. It's a good run up. Oh, he's hit the post. Just not what the doctor ordered for Byford there. And it's a 24-point margin in favour of the Burners.
So Blackburn now can look to exit by foot. Big hang out the back there. One of the Burners couldn't quite rein it in. And it's fisted out of bounds on that far side. For it to be tossed back into play on true centre wing. Healthy lead going the way of the Burners at the moment. But Noble Park are pressing. Running over the top of that one. There was one of the midfielders for the Bulls. And once more it trickles out of bounds.
You get the feeling that the set shot missing is becoming a little bit infectious for Noble Park.
Yeah, it's been contagious, hasn't it? Well, Byford's had two-siders. Unable to slot through there first. I feel like they get one. Might just be the kickstarter they need. The floodgates might open. So nice little creative tap out there over the shoulder. He had runners, they couldn't quite rein it in, and Blackburn midfielders do well enough to stop this one. And go again in the ruck. This time with a clearing kick from Camilleri. Might have just bounced over the line. And be tossed back into play. 20 out from home the way of the Bulls.
Handy ground made up there by the Bulls. Lucky to keep that one in. They might have a lost ball over there as well. Someone's gone and fetched that in the crowd. So 8 minutes gone in this second quarter. The Bulls have definitely come out with more intent. Up in the ruck there was Goikoa. But the Burners shark the tap, clear it outside 50, but it's going to come back through Wilkinson. Really important player for them. It's a funny sort of a left foot kick. It runs over the back. And that man there in Malachi, but he can't stop it before it trickles out of bounds. The umpire's going to ball us back in. Going up is Hullower there for Blackburn. The Noble Park get the tap down. Burners at the foot of it. Flicks a handball out to the outer side. Noble Park player does really well there to just corral his man. The ball finds its way out of bounds inside forward 50 for Noble Park. 9 minutes gone in the second quarter.
They need to take advantage of this foray forward. Two rucks go at it again. Trying to appeal for a free kick there was Malachi. Nothing doing as the ball's bouncing the way of Blackburn. Is slung off it there. It was Buckley. They share it well by hand to the Burners. Bouncing footy, he'll try and keep this one alive. Hot on his tail there was Tua. And they've coughed it up. Although an errant handball. Forward just bounced out of bounds. Will be tossed back into play on true centre wing broadcast side. Action-packed day here at Bayswater Oval. If you're in the area, pop on down. As this time the fist from Napa just gains about 20. We'll do it all again.
Yeah, the players, given how hot the day is today, sort of uncharacteristically for the rest of the season, the players have got to be feeling the heat. It's definitely going to play a factor, especially later on in games. Hollower gets the tap down for Blackburn here. They flick it around. The pressure's really gone up here by the Bulls, though. Socket through there was Marson. Blackburn look like they're going to get out. This time through Hudson. Gets a handball. The Bulls' pressure is good, though. And eventually the ball just finds its way over the boundary line. Pressure being laid there by Bodie Lambert for the Bulls.
We mentioned the pressure lifting from Noble Park. They just need something to show for it at the moment.
They do.
On the scoreboard.
We mentioned they've missed some goal-scoring opportunities from set shots. Something that's just unforgivable in grand finals. You've got to take those opportunities, especially when you trail by 24 points. Hullower doing the ruck duties again for Blackburn. Just takes it out of the ruck. At half-back here, it's Dawson. He kicks a dangerous ball, though. And that pressure from Noble Park really starting to show. But they're going to get out, Blackburn. A couple of tackles broken. That time it was Heaton again, goes inside 50, looking for his man. Got numbers everywhere here, Blackburn, if they can run onto this. Breaking a tackle, there's Heaton. Swings it on the right boot. Contested mark, not taken. Good pressure there from number 25 for Noble Park. That was Tua. And eventually, it's Kelly who's tackled for Noble Park and will get a ball up. Again, there, the Burners looking really dangerous in the transition, and they just take this one out of the stoppage. Swung on the left foot, goes across the face. And that's 4 goals for now for Blackburn. So they've missed some opportunities themselves, haven't they?
It's been contagious on both sides. That was Kritopoulos. Can't afford to give him too much space. This time, trying to slap it into the path of his teammate. Didn't quite work out for the Burners. Putting his head in the hole there was Hillard. Ball just fumbling about on the deck. This time forward go Blackburn to the hot spot. There's been a whistle. A free kick going the way of Noble Park. It was their footy either way. And they're resolute in defence this time. Broadcast side. Long ball. Blackburn stand at the foot of it. Although Thompson came late and spoiled it out of his hands. We'll have a boundary throw in front of the Blackburn bench. Gives the Burners coaching staff an opportunity to address their players.
Someone in the crowd being urged to move their van in the background here at Bayswater.
It's all happening.
A classic local footy as Blackburn go inside 50. Players at ground level. Noble Park look to get out. The turnover comes, but Noble Park so resilient back there, and they eventually win the free kick for a late hold. So they've been much better in this second quarter. Apart from that early goal they conceded, they've probably been the better team. So they look for a target on the wing, but it's gone through hands. Blackburn clean up there through Epple. And they just control possession for a little bit on the outer side. A couple of handy uncontested marks. Now they come back inside. This time it's Lee. He scans the field for a target. Comes up with a long kick, top of the goal square. Oh, it's a Falcon. And eventually the ball goes over the boundary line for probably a handy ball up there for the Bulls. 14 minutes gone in the second quarter. It's Blackburn 28 to Noble Park 3.
So back into play. 30 out from home the way of the Burners. Trying to run the gauntlet there was Noble Park.
Gee, he's holding the ball. One
of the midfielders, I think it was Wheeler. He was harshly pinged there. And it gives Blackburn another chance to extend their lead. And this had hurt from a Bulls perspective. They've had all the sort of ascendancy. So any steps now, can't quite figure out who it is, but he goals nonetheless. And Blackburn kick clear again.
We'll get him when he turns around, but he just refuses to turn so we can see the number. Not sure who kicked that goal. But, you know, that's a lesson to Noble Park. You've got to nail those set shots. And they now go 31 points in the lead. The Burners, 15 minutes gone in this second quarter. It's really getting away from Noble Park now. It was number 14 there, so Epple, Jacob Epple.
Just flashed on the screen.
Go back to the centre of the ground. It's a big tap out by Hollowa. Umpire's found something. It's going to be a free kick going to Hillard, I believe. In fact, it's Goikawa. So finds a target. And top of the goal square, the kick's there. And he finds a really good target there in Thompson. Now the Bulls, they have to convert here. He's 15 metres out. The angle's there, but has to kick it nonetheless. Does Bailey Thompson. 38 goals, the leading goal kicker in the reserves competition this season. I'd say this is what he's paid to do, but it is local footy. Comes in. He looks confident. Good off the boot. The umpire doesn't move, and Noble Park have their first goal. 16 minutes gone in the second quarter. Blackburn, 5 goals, 34. Plays Noble Park 1-3-9.
It was a good routine, wasn't it? The set shot. You can tell he's done that before.
You could just tell that one was going to go through, and judging by the crowd after that goal, there's definitely more Blackburn supporters here than Noble fans, I'd say.
Saw the 19 staying back, I think.
Yeah, didn't get a huge reception there, did he, Thompson?
They're all tuning in on the live stream, I think.
Yeah.
Don't blame them. Back in the middle of Bayswater Oval. This time the hit out from Napa, although gaining the clearance forward with Blackburn. And a good courageous mark there from Lambert. Standing underneath that high footy. He spreads it wide on the outer wing side. Bouncing footy in the corridor. Can Noble Park get 2 in a minute here? It'll be something. Oh, geez, coat hanging in the end.
Brown.
That was Brown on Lewis, I think. That was dangerous. He's earned a free kick, and rightly so. Wastes no time. The outer wing side. It's close to the boundary line. There might have been a push-out free kick. And you can sense the urgency from Noble Park here. As time ticks down.
They need to seize this momentum, don't they?
And the scoring end. So it's a thumping ball to the teeth of goal. Trying to mark that one there was Addison. boundary line or win out here. This is their moment for the Bulls. 90 seconds left to play out.
Mids have got to step up here for Noble Park. Holloway goes uncontested in the ruck, just bashes it forward. Malachi's there, as is a couple of his mates. Looks like Wilkinson there for Noble Park. There's definitely a height advantage. Thompson was in there too, and I think there's going to be a free kick. No, the umpire pins him for holding the ball, so that was tough. It looked head high. The umpire might have deemed that he ducked his head and eventually pinned him for holding the ball. So Blackburn are going to get out here through Barnes. Kicks up to a contest on the wing. As I said, Noble Park really looking to take control of some of the momentum that they've got at the moment, but they're stopped on the far side wing, and the umpire's going to throw the ball back in. Just 45 seconds remaining in this half. Doing the ruck duties there is Napa for Noble Park. Wins the hit out, they get the clearance. They go inside forward 50, everyone's stopped though, so I think the ball's gone out of bounds. Back where we started. 25 to go. Holloway and Napa. Napa jumps on his back. Noble get the clearance, go inside forward 50. The Blackburn players there to meet it. Noble Park have the numbers at ground level. If Malachi can trap this one, he can't bring it back in. They end up getting the pick up. It's Camilleri. The snap, can they get a mark? Oh, there's a big fly. And there goes the siren. Oh, almost a late high tackle there, but the first half is done. It's Blackburn 5 goals 4-34 to Noble Park 1 goal 3-9. The goal kickers for Blackburn. I think we've got a player down actually over in the back pocket. It's a Blackburn player. Got players going over to him. We might try and get an update for you on that one. The goal kickers in that first half, it was Lewis Downey with 1 for Blackburn, Nathaniel Barnes with 1, Kritopoulos 1 for Blackburn, also Sam Heaton with 1, and the only goal kicker for Noble Park so far is Bailey Thompson. That man looks like the Blackburn players found his way to his feet. So I think he's going to be okay. We'll take a short break and be back with all of the second half action after this.
Halftime here at Bayswater Oval. Reserves Premier Grand Final. For an excellent Grand Final day. So Blackburn and Noble Park. Blackburn continue the momentum. They lead 5-4-34 to the Bulls 1-3-9. On this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Hey, hope you're enjoying the football and indeed the weather. It's been an absolute fantastic day. Don't forget to stay safe. The precautions in place for you getting sunburnt, as it's going to be heating down all afternoon. Like I said, what a fantastic day for football it is. Currently it's 22 degrees, still got a high of 23. It doesn't feel like it at all. And hardly any wind potentially to speak of. But the wind gusts can be fast. But still, what a fantastic day for football it is. If you just joined us, there was the Under-19 Grand Final, which of course Blackburn won, and went back to back. Blackburn won't be featured this afternoon in the Senior Grand Final. That game will be between Roeville and Noble Park. Not Noble Park, so that was last year. So back in Roeville, we're going to take on Vermont this afternoon. And what a fantastic game that is going to be. It's going to be brilliant. The for now, it's half time. Enjoy the kick out on the ground as well to those folks enjoying the wonderful green grass. Second half still to come. teams are now on the arena. Ladies and gentlemen, please be reminded, exit the field when the warning siren sound. Once again, please exit the field when the 2 minute and 1 minute warning sound.
Welcome back to Bayswater Oval for the Premier Division Reserves Grand Final. It's Blackburn and Noble Park. It's Blackburn 5 goals for 34, Noble Park 1-3-9. First half has been fairly colourful. That first quarter was dominated by Blackburn, and Noble Park had a bit of a fight back, but eventually succumbed to conceding 2 goals to 1 in that second. How did you see it, Trent?
Yeah, I thought the Bulls, I know the scoreboard wouldn't sort of back me up on this point, but they did sort of dominate that second term.
They certainly had more territory.
There's a bit of an arm wrestle, yeah, for sure, but they're sort of slowly working into this contest. They're running out of time, but lucky there's a second half around the corner.
There's definitely, perhaps, I don't know if it's just a little bit of a lack of class, that final ball, that they aren't able to sort of deliver in there like Blackburn are. And when Blackburn are on the transition, they're certainly the more dangerous team.
Well, it's looking like Thompson or bust forward, isn't it? They sort of look for him.
They do.
At every chance. It's either that or they just blindly hack it in there, don't they?
They do. They do. It's sort of top of the square, and Blackburn are finding that fairly easy just to clean up. So the umpire's about to get us underway in the second half. Trent, take us away.
So Premier Reserves Grand Final day here at Bayswater Oval. Second half action underway. Getting the first entry forward in Noble Park, and there's been a whistle. Holding free kick going the way of the Burners. Surveys the scene ahead and just pumps this one into space. All sorts of holding going on at ground level there. And gang tackled. There's a Blackburn player there, the meat and the sandwich. That was Telford. We'll have another ball up on broadcast side. Helloa gets the hit out. The quarterback, great smother applied there from Noble Park, and then another high sort of coat hanger tackle. It's probably the third time we've seen that today. And Brown on the end of this one. Wins a free kick. Down the line he goes. Standing in the path there was Goikoa. Makes a good intercept mark and can pump this one back from whence it came. Look at the numbers of this contest. Another whistle. This time it's Noble Park's footy. And the eyes immediately darting in the corridor. This time had a teammate running shotgun behind him. That was Goikoa.
There's that
and
kick.
Look at that. Barnes setting up the wall well for Blackburn.
So coming out of it, as you said, is Barnes. He puts a funny little ball over the other side, puts his teammate under pressure. There's a bit of going on off the ball there. Blackburn come out of defence. They've got plenty of options. Oh, it's another dangerous kick. Intercepting there is Hillard. He plays on quickly, finds a target. The umpire's called play on. I thought it was a mark. Going there is Thompson again. What's happened? Oh, I was touched off the boot, says Trent. I was lost. I thought it was a mark. Oh, how they didn't score a goal out of that, I'm not too sure. It was really well intercepted. Out of the ruck there. Flicks it over his head. There's a goal. That's a beautiful goal there by Napa. And Noble Park get their second. Wonderful ruck work there by Daniel Napa, and I'd like to see a bit more of that, Trent.
Straight out of the ruck. That was a set plan. Caught Blackburn napping, if you will. That's just what the doctor ordered there.
100%. 2 goals, 3-15 to 5 goals, 4-34. They're still in this.
That would have been the messages at the halftime break there. Get the first one.
Yep.
That'll get the ball rolling.
Really, they should have scored off the previous play, to be honest.
Thompson made a meal of that, didn't he? Tried the off-the-ground soccer in the end. 6 points anyway. So back in the centre of Bayswater Oval. Hillard again.
He's lifted.
Wraps up the Blackburn midfielder in Oglethorpe. This time forward again, go Noble Park. They gain distance, lower the eyes inside 50. Thompson once more off the leash. Can try and track this one down on ground level. And he's come out of it second best. And look at the Bulls, they've got all the numbers. Although the ball's kept alive. Hillard throws it on the boot forward.
Gee, they could have had a free kick inside 50 there, the Bulls.
Thompson again just lost his footing. Couple of missed chances on his behalf as this one's set to be thrown in. Big fist forward from Noble Park. They appeal for a free kick again. Stepping through was Hillard, flicks it over the top. He's coughed it up though. And Blackburn on the counter attack can spread this one across the Eastland logo. Noble Park have the numbers. Can he break free? Gets a funny ball to his teammate who just throws it on the boot. Another blind ball forward, and Thompson just caresses this one over the line.
Intensity's lifted here, especially from Noble Park. Brenton Hillard has really stood up so far in this third quarter. 4 minutes gone. They trail by 19 points. Definitely in the contest. The Rucks go at it. Blackburn get the clearance. But a lot of pressure on the ball carrier. Here goes Beach. Flying shot at goal. Out of bounds on the full. So a bit of a wasted opportunity there. They've still got the ball inside 50. Bring this back into play for Blackburn will be Oglethorpe. In fact, it's Tassel for Blackburn. Just looks to slow them down. Comes out with a long kick.
4 minutes.
Pops it up, and that just trickles out of bounds as well. It's a beautiful day here at Bayswater Oval. We've got the seniors to come after this. Vermont versus Rowville in a mouth-watering Premier Division Senior Grand Final coming up next. Getting the hit out there for Noble Park. Here goes the big man in Napa. Tries to break through, and it's a high tackle. I think that's Malachi.
Been a bit of that today, dropping the shoulder.
There has been a lot of dropping the shoulder there. He turns onto his left boot. I don't know if the kick's good. Blackburn are going to intercept this. Coming off half back, it's Lee. He finds a target. It's Buckley. Goes for the corridor. It's a dangerous kick, but it works out. Epple takes the mark. Goes back over his mark and just bombs it long to centre half forward. And he's got a runner. Gee, how he's got away from his opponent, I don't know. It's Brown. And he easily finds a target inside 50. And Blackburn are going to be lining up, this time through Kritopoulos. As we've mentioned with Kritopoulos, 19 goals in 5 games. He hasn't played a lot of footy, but he's so lethal. Got away from his man there. And this would really be a dagger in the heart for Noble Park. They started this quarter so well. Kritopoulos comes in. It's a good looking kick. I reckon the wind's gonna take it, but it actually drifts to the near side. So they add another behind to that total. They go 5-5-35 to Noble Park 2-3-15, a 20-point margin.
So he'll bring it out, broadcast side, fisted out of the reach of Noble Park, and Blackburn might have won a free kick here, going the way of Oglethorpe. Called his name a fair few times today. Can he find a target inside 50? Just puts this one into the path of a leading forward. Bounced off the chest of Telford.
It's a pretty good kick, actually.
Was well weighted. Just couldn't complete the deal in the end. They're strung along the fence there, watching on this reserves grand final. 7.5 minutes played. His third term, the premiership quarter. Trying to fumble it below his knees there. They work it out. Big fist from Napa. He's working his way into this contest. He'll soccer it off the deck again, and it'll work out for Noble Park, and they're off to the races here. Inside 50. juggling attempt there from Thompson, and he throws his head back in disgust. The mouth guard with it.
Yeah, he's just lacked a little bit of cleanliness with the final play, hasn't he, Thompson? As Blackburn bring us back in, it's not a good kick. Noble Park, they keep it back in. They might be able to get one here on the hit up. Oh, the kick is not good. And that's marked by Pierce for Blackburn. Gee, opportunity gone begging there for the Bulls.
Spoke about that connection issue, that last kick, didn't you?
Yeah, just hasn't quite been there, and they've really let Blackburn off the hook here. It's been great pressure from the Bulls so far in this third quarter. They've come out with intent. Blackburn, they'll get outside defensive 50 here. Mark taken by Hollower. He comes inside, finds a short option in right. They try to move it quickly now. Back corridor side. It's Lee who takes the mark. He plays on. Here they go. It's Murray. His kick's intercepted there by Wilkinson, but Blackburn will be able to clean up. They come back inside. There's a lot of pressure from the Bulls though. What's the umpire going to do? I think he's going to ball it up. Didn't get sucked in. I was feeling the emotion of that one, Trent. So doing the ruck there, it's Noble Park who win out, but Blackburn shark the tap, go inside 50. They'll get to this one first. Kratopoulos is there. Noble Park player wins the free kick though, playing in front.
Should be 25, that.
Yeah, it's a bit after the ball. There's a bit of a
have a look at number 25 too. He can play on here if he wants to.
Yeah, if he's switched on. Who's that with the ball now? Lambert, is it, for Noble Park?
Geez, it's on.
Still going on. There's 4 Bulls players.
You've got to get some Blackburn numbers over to help out.
You do, but it also worries me because where are the Bulls players up the ground? And it's coming back now, this ball. Oh, it's a big tackle on that man in it's Downey.
And there's a card too. Look out.
Noble Park, a yellow card.
Oh, the runner has to stay out of this one.
Yeah, the free kick's going to be taken by Lee for Blackburn. I'm not sure who the Noble Park player was who got the yellow card, but he was involved in that previous incident.
You can hear the Blackburn bench applaud that one.
The kick's good, and the mark's been paid as well inside 50, so nothing going right at the moment for Noble Park. And it's another shot on goal here for Blackburn. This one's going to be Heaton, who started with a bang in this match. He will look to give Blackburn their 6th goal. And more importantly, it would give them a 25-point lead. He comes in, very methodical run up. The fans like it. Heaton likes it.
Turned straight to the Noble Park bench, didn't he?
He did.
Turned his back on it pretty early.
Yeah, he's pretty happy with it considering the breeze is down that way, so it's...
Look at that. Still in the air. He's confident with his work. Oh, he turned the shoulder on it late just to make sure. It's good to see though. Heaton.
Yeah, it's a good celebration.
Playing some sort of game.
Yeah, he's been imperious so far. The Burners 6-5-41, play Noble Park 2-4-16.
So the middle again, 2 rucks to go at it once more. This time Blackburn with the clearance. Wright goes forward, looking for a leading target. Noble Park can mop this one up. Might have been Hillard with the hack kick out of there. Setting up well at Blackburn, although a fumble might cost him here. As the Bulls can look to swoop. Bouncing footy on broadcast side, does well to step his marker. That was Herbelet. Bit of a mouthful, that one. His inside 50 ball won't work out.
Just again, that final kick just lacks a bit of polish.
You can see his teammate gesturing a forward handball. Might have been the better option there. Instead, it was a grubby little ball. It'll be a boundary throw in as a result. So inside 50. Noble Park to the teeth of goal now. Thompson this time was beaten with a fist that came from number 37.
Oh, it's a goal. Thompson off the ground.
Looked down at my team sheet for a second. Gee whiz. Well, that makes up for his previous couple of attempts.
Sorry for our lack of reaction there. We had that on the screen and we couldn't tell if it had gone through. That was one of the best goals I've seen by Thompson there. Off the ground, he was probably 20 metres out in an angle and just socketed it through, Trent.
Had a couple of contenders today. We had one on the boundary side this on broadcast.
Yeah, a couple of great snaps. We go back to the middle. Noble Park get the ruck win. The umpires found something. It's going Noble Park's way. So they'll ride this momentum. But the umpire says, no, you can't have that momentum. We're going to bring you back to the centre of the ground. So the kick to be taken here by Goikawa. It's a long kick inside 50. Hollower's there, but Noble Park off the pack, and they get two in a minute. Noble Park are coming. They get their fourth goal. That's 4-4-28 to Blackburn, 6-5-41. And I believe that was Allen off hands there.
Got a ball game on our hands now.
We certainly do.
The premiership caught up. The Bulls standing tall. So 6-6-6 infringement. Noble Park, they've had the rub of the green at the moment. No one mans the mark and they can head forward. Inside 50, Thompson. And we can ride this home with him. Parked up behind this kick.
It's like Goikawa again from the middle.
So it was a 6-6-6 infringement. And a bad one from the Burners. Might cost them a goal here. Thompson hasn't quite brought his kicking boots today, although that last major mightn't back that up. So in his steps now. Can he work the angle back? Not quite. Tried to work it right to left and just faded late. So
it's a bit of a helicopter ball, wasn't it?
Another minor score there for Noble Park. It's Blackburn 6-5-41, playing the Bulls 4-5-29.
He's had a colourful day, Thompson. He's kicked some miraculous, but he's missed some of the easier ones as Blackburn look to come off half back. Picked up there from Hart. He just pops a nice little ball out in front of Brown, but he can't run onto it. Ends up for a boundary throw in on that outer side. Plenty of footy action here today at Bayswater Oval. We've had the 19s this morning. The reserves currently on in the third quarter, and we've got the senior Premier Division Grand Final straight after this, Vermont v Rowville. As Noble Park win the clearance on the outer wing. Look for a contest. There's plenty of Blackburn players there, but Noble Park are going to be tracking them back. Blackburn get the clearing kick. They come through the corridor. But this one is going to be mopped up by Marson. Gets a handball out. It's paddled forward. And now Blackburn are going to go. They get that outlet handball. And it's a poor kick by Blackburn. So Noble Park are going to get another opportunity here.
We haven't uttered that sentence too many times today. A poor kick from Blackburn. They're just being put under pressure at the moment.
Yeah. Showing that anyone can be susceptible to pressure. Noble Park look to come forward. It's taken out of here by a Blackburn player. Comes towards the forward 50 line. Noble Park get numbers back. And Camilleri's going to clear. Looks for an option, can't find anyone. It's through legs. Eventually the ball just falls in the hands of Beach. He comes inside 50. He can't find anyone. The Noble Park player nearly ran onto that, but eventually the umpire's just going to ball it up. Just inside 50 here for Noble Park, so they're looking dangerous. They don't really have a ruck to go up here. I think it's Beach who takes it from ground level, snaps it. Thompson, player getting back there in Pierce for Blackburn, takes the great intercept mark. So Blackburn will come again.
Did seriously well there. This kick will work to his teammate in Dawson, who can pop it over the top. Hudson was in some space. They're just biding a bit of time off this clock. Dangerous little ball, just as I say that. Might be a turnover, although Lee can pounce on this one. The Noble Park player just overrun it a touch. Sneaks out the back here inside 50, the way of Blackburn. Noble Park have good representation at ground level, and then just hand pass this one over the line. Disguised it well enough. And then another player. Is that Heaton? It's just gone down here.
I think it is. Looks a bit uncomfortable. You think back to when Sam Heaton kicked that goal and celebrated to the crowd. They were in cruise control at that point, Blackburn.
So Noble Park bite off a dangerous ball across goal. It's a one-on-one contest as numbers flood to this contest. We'll have a ball up, 30 out from home with a minute left to play out.
Just a 12-point margin with a minute to go in the third quarter. Noble Park have really risen to the challenge in the premiership quarter. But here go Blackburn. Can they find a mark inside 50? They can. This one's been taken by Buckley. And he's got another option on here if he can take the mark, but it's intercepted. It's a poor kick, and Noble Park can go. They've got 30 seconds to take this coast to coast. Can't get the mark. Almost taken by Jones. Blackburn are going to get another opportunity here, and they have got another mark inside 50. It's turnover city at the moment. He swings onto the left boot. Does the Blackburn player, pops it up to the hot spot. It's off hands. They try to flick the handball around Blackburn, get a little bit of space, but in the end, it's taken by Camilleri, and Noble Park are going to get out here. Siren looming any second now.
It's extra time, I think. I've just been worded up by John O'Ven.
Extra time, right. So Noble Park, right. So Noble Park will have another opportunity to score here. Kelly's got the ball at half back, looks up the line, just hits it to the pack, comes off hands. At the bottom of it there is Apple for Blackburn, but he's really well tackled by Jones.
So broadcast side will wait on the siren here. Another major here for Noble Park will make things interesting heading into this last term as they try and burst through Oglethorpe. Look at the numbers here. Hillard, he's thrown his weight around. That's for sure.
Started this quarter so well. And there goes the siren for this third quarter. Noble Park have turned this into a real contest here. But it's Blackburn that lead 6-5-41 to Noble Park 4-5-29. But we have a ball game going into this last quarter of the Reserves Premier Division Grand Final. We'll be back after a short break.
EFNL Victoria, with support of leagues and clubs, are committed to keeping our game great. Make a promise to be the best version of yourself and support the hard-working volunteers, coaches and umpires who make our great game come to life. Real fans respect the game. Make a pledge to keep the passion alive, but remember, any form of abuse is not welcome on our turf.
Three-quarter time in the Premier Reserves Grand Final here at Bayswater Oval on Eastland EFNL Premier Grand Final Day. It's Blackburn leading by 2 goals. Noble Park come back well. Trail by 2 straight, keeps the score there, 6-5-41. The Burners lead the Bulls 4-5-29. A big 20 and a bit minutes to come here in the Reserve Grand Final, but don't forget, the crowd is building. It's a wonderful sight out here at Bayswater as we get ready to go for the Premier Senior Grand Final. between Rowville and Vermont. I'm excited. Are you? You know what? It's going to be fantastic, just like it is today. We love local footy, especially with the EFNL. Big last quarter to come here in the reserves. Plenty of action still to come too. Patrons are reminded at the sounding of the warning siren from the timekeeper, please exit the field. As we prepare for the following quarter, there it is, folks. As soon as final remarks are given by the coaches, please exit the field as quickly as you possibly can as we get ready for the final term here in the Reserves Grand Final. Folks, could Miss Tina Henshaw please make their way to the balcony? Once again, could Miss Tina Henshaw please make their way to the balcony? Thank you very much. Final quarter in the Reserves Grand Final awaits us here, folks. Make some noise for your team as they get up and about. Big last 20 minutes and a bit to go.
Welcome back to the Reserves Premier Division Grand Final. It's three-quarter time. The teams have just broken from their huddles. Blackburn lead this one by 12 points, and at halftime I thought this game was sleepwalking into obscurity, Trent, and we seriously have a game on our hands now.
Yeah, if Noble Park can get the first one on the board here, there'll be a couple of nervous players and coaches and fans, for that matter.
You could actually feel it, couldn't you, at the end of that third quarter that Blackburn, they were starting to turn the footy over. They looked a little bit stressed, and they probably were just thinking in their heads, how have we let them back into this game? I said there was that goal kicked by Sam Heaton. He celebrated to the crowd when they got that yellow card, and you probably thought it was nearly game over at that point.
Yeah, that might have just sort of got the fire going in the belly, though, for those Bulls.
Yeah, you don't want to give your opponent ammunition. So we're about to get underway here in the third quarter. Trent Callan, take us away.
So we turn for home here. Premier Reserves Grand Final at Bayswater Oval. Noble Park can look to go forward for the first time in this last term. Slap forward into the path of Thompson, but sits for him, he's in business. The handball forward was smothered. And then another good smother from Noble Park. Thompson at ground level, snaps and misses. That would have been something.
That's the sort of goal that he's kicked today. So Blackburn are going to get the footy back, but they're deep in their defensive 50. And the pressure already coming from Noble Park. 11 points now, which you could say was a handy point there for Noble Park if they are to kick 2 goals. But a great contested mark taken out on the outer wing from Blackburn. They're just starting to look a little bit unsure with ball in hand. Doesn't know where to go, so he just bombs it up the line. Ball finds the pack. A great contested mark there. I think that's Halawa, the ruck. He looks like he's copped a few knocks today. Got the eyes taped up. He's found an option there in Lee. He scans the field. Just goes for the long kick. Looking for an option inside 50. Mark can't be taken, but it's off hands. There's a flying shot at goal. The crowd's gone up, but I don't think that's a goal. There's a mark been taken. A mark has been taken on the line from Kotopoulos. And he's come back and just kicked that from the top of the square. So Blackburn strike first in this last quarter. They take a 17-point lead. And that's concerning for the Bulls, Trent.
The Dame time celebration too. I don't mind it. Kotopoulos. You can almost do what you want when you kick, 20 goals in 5 games. Just adding to that today.
I think that's his 3rd goal today, isn't it?
My word. Tally keeps growing. And that hurts Noble Park. Blackburn just continue to stretch this lead out. So back in the middle, Bayswater Oval. Can the Bulls answer? They'll have to do it quick. Hillard on his hands and knees, trying to wrestle this one back. Blackburn win out, although Noble Park have the numbers. And they apply the pressure on one of the Burners midfielders. It was Brown in the end, the bottom of that pack. On the ball up on broadcast side. There's Holloway straight down the throat of his Burners midfielder, and they can share it by hand as they look to run in waves and spread it on the outer wing side. In fact, through the corridor almost. 1-on-1 contest turns into a 2-on-2 as Lee tries to put the dancing feet on, and they've worked it out well. The Burners inside 50 again. Where's Kotopoulos? He had 2 to beat, and he might have just infringed that marking contest.
He was actually looking for the free kick himself there. He put the hands up to the umpire, but it's going the other way. So Noble Park exit defence. They find an option. The ball just pinned to the player there. The umpire says, I'm just going to have to ball that one up. So you feel Noble Park, they need to get the next goal. Doing the ruck there is Goikoa. He's been at everything today. Player looking for the free kick there, again high, but I think it's a case of just dropping the shoulder a little bit. Umpire balls it up. Goikoa goes again. Blackburn are going to take this one, but it's found its way to the boundary line again. 4 minutes gone in the last quarter. Blackburn lead by 17 points. Still very open this game. Goikoa does the ruck for Noble Park. He trails his opponent to the ball. Blackburn go inside 50. It's come off hands. They've got some runners, a really good tackle there, laid by Kelly. And we'll get another ball up. As Noble Park do the one up. Trying to pick up this ball at ground level. The Blackburn player eventually does, and he's tackled. For another ball up. So it's a bit of a struggle early in this final term. Here go Blackburn. They get it to the outside. It's a snap on the left boot. Can anyone mark it? Kotopoulos is there, but it falls into the hands of his teammate. I think that might be Sam Heaton. It spent an eternity in the air, that ball, and just fell into the hands of the Blackburn player. And he's going to line up for one of the easiest shots you can take. It's in fact Downey who's taken the mark. And he comes in 15 metres out, directly in front. The crowd like it.
Touched.
Touched.
About to say, he got awfully close to the man on the mark.
Oh, wow. That could be crucial.
Geez, there's been some missed opportunities today. Some real gettable chances going begging. Thumping ball on the outer wing side. It's a big kick out from Noble Park as Brown tries to run down this one. Doing well is right for Blackburn. They can look further afield on the outer wing side. Trying to stand underneath this one was number 39 in right. There's a trio of them out there today. Might all be brothers as Noble Park send it back from whence it came. And this one might just bounce over the paint for it to be tossed back into play. Healthy crowd building here. Senior grand final to follow this one. It's Rowville taking on Vermont as the hit out was won the way of Blackburn. Noble Park again dropped the shoulder. Been a fair bit of that today.
They've sort of been 50-50 on whether they've called it, haven't they?
I don't mind them letting it play every now and then. As this time Noble Park, Hillard tries to burst clear with the fend off. Does well enough and sends a high up and under. Went as high as it did long and then out of bounds in the end. So another ball up 30 from home.
Yeah, so Blackburn, the first two scoring shots of this last quarter, they goaled with the first and the second one. So real chance gone begging. You probably sense that that blow would have been fatal if Downey was able to convert. And Noble Park have won themselves a free kick. It's Malachi, I think. He's been super dangerous down there, has the number 11. Got to double check this is him. It might be Camilleri, actually. I think it is the number 47, actually. It's Camilleri, another player that's been really strong for Noble Park. He comes in, at 30 out. It looks pretty good. The umpire doesn't have to move much. Camilleri strikes for Noble Park. They get one back, and the margin is 12 points again.
Just feel like it's heating up here. The calm before the storm almost. Noble Park are coming.
What a difference it would have been if Blackburn had converted that previous goal through Downey.
The finger went straight up there, straight over the goal umpire's hat. He's happy with his work.
I saw the shadow. Straight through it was.
So, not for the first time today. We've got a ball game on our hands. Back in the middle of Bayswater Oval. Blackburn will look to respond. Handballed it into his own path and ran onto it. Coming out to meet this one was one of the forwards. Here's Barnes tracking this one down. He'll try and step his mark up. Flicks it over the top. Blackburn, they share it well by hand, although Lee's coughed it up. And then a dumping tackle. Wasn't dangerous according to the umpire. Certainly looked that way though from Oglethorpe. And there'll be a ball up for Napa. Just slapped it straight down the throat of his teammate, who hacked it out of there. And standing underneath this drop was number 43 in Dawson, who spots a teammate on the 45, who then goes on the lateral. Bit of candy sold inside 50, lowers the eyes well. And coming out to meet this one, this time Heaton.
There's our man.
That might just be the play of the day. Good. Started with that intercept mark.
They have threatened to do that all day, haven't they, Blackburn? Just the way that they can sort of flick the ball around, change the angles. They've been a little bit better with ball in hand than Noble Park.
That's probably the most important part, isn't it? The changing of the angles.
100%. And yeah, that was beautifully worked.
The Bulls have been a touch predictable. So Heaton, in his steps, can try and almost shut the door on this Noble Park outfit. In his steps. It's a 40-metre task. The goal umpire had a lot of work to do. He gestures a minor score.
The let-off is still there.
What number behind is that today? 7 or 8?
Yeah, 7-7-49 they go to. Noble Park themselves have 6. So I'll bring us back in the Bulls. Can they find an outlet? Heads up towards Napa. Comes off hands. Napa goes again. He's had a really good second half. The crowd call ball. It's not going. Here's Malachi. Can he get the handball out to Beach? He can't. Blackburn sweat on it. Caused the turnover. Then they turn it over themselves. The tackle's laid by Hudson. And I think we'll have a ball up at half back for Noble Park. Napa does the ruck. Gets it down. Through legs. Napa goes again, as does Marsden. He just slaps it forward. It's a Blackburn player getting back. He can't take the mark though. I think eventually they're going to mop up. They get a long driving ball to Blackburn. It's all Noble Park, but they can't take the mark. And this is just getting a little bit sloppy. What's the umpire done? Everyone's stopped.
Free kick, Napa.
Napa's got the free.
Geez, he had a long way to bend down, didn't he?
He did, the big man. He's been
Oh, goodness.
Geez. It's getting really sloppy here. Camilleri ends up getting the ball. He just drives it forward. Great mark there. Beautiful mark taken by that man, Malachi. Had an exceptional game, but he turns it over as well. They can't hang on to the footy, Noble Park. Blackburn are just going to settle this down for the moment. 11 minutes gone in the last quarter. So time running out for Noble Park. But crucially, there is enough time for them. Malachi's underneath that one. He wants a free kick, nothing doing. Number 36 picks it up. There's a huge tackle. Are Noble Park going to get a free kick? I think they are.
Bit overzealous there from Randall's.
The pressure got to him, and lining up for goal here is Goikoa. It's a really difficult shot though. He's deep in the pocket. You're probably looking at a 40-metre distance. He does have a bit of the breeze behind him, but he's going to centre it. Goes up. I think he's rucks down there. They've got the mark. Allen quickly snaps. Touched again.
Some big calls for the umpires in these dying stages.
And another behind to Noble Park. So it's 7-7-49 to 5-7-37.
So Blackburn through Quirasima. Haven't called his name a hell of a lot today. Outer wing side, just dabs it onto the head of the ruckman in Haloa. And out of bounds in the end is the result.
It's point for point at the moment in this last quarter.
Blackburn just can't quite put this game to bed. They've had a lot of chances to do so. High up and under now. Slapping it forward there to Noble Park. Tumbling punt. Will bounce, and then the goalkeeper just rushes it over the line for Blackburn. And inch by inch, Noble Park draw closer.
It's an 11-point game, and now Blackburn have turned it over again.
It's coming back to the kick out, I think.
Might have gone before the flag. So Blackburn will, a bit of a let off there. Could have been a quick turnover. Nearly 14 minutes gone in this last quarter. That's a dangerous kick. Really strong mark there taken by Randalls. Deep in defence for Blackburn. That was a very dangerous kick given the circumstances. He just loops around onto that left boot, and it's a great kick. And he finds a target there in right. Comes centrally. As we've said, they've been able to change the angles, work the ball around Blackburn. Very good with ball in hand, a highly skilled side. They run off half back nicely here. This one, it looked like it was going to be a turnover, but they got runners. That man, Oglethorpe, finds a target in the ruckman in Hollowa. Can he finish the Bulls? He finds a target. And this, for our man Kritopoulos even, this might finish the deal.
Yep, I'm backing him in this time.
He's got to kick this. Kritopoulos, this would be goal number 4 for the day.
What celebrations he got for us this time?
I wouldn't mind a double cobra, something of the like. Comes in, he's got the orange boots. He's a man of the moment. He's going to want to kick this goal. It looks good. It swung late, but I think it's already crossed the line and the goal umpire signals. And I think that is the killer blow for Noble Park.
Yep.
8-7-55 to 5-8-38.
No, they look home. They look home, the Burners, for the second time in 2 years on this day. Reserves getting the job done. Still 5 minutes to go, plus time on, so don't want to go the early crow just yet, but it's looking pretty nice from a Blackburn perspective. Noble Park, though, flicked over the top. Malachi will get another crack at it here if they can pay advantage. He looked to have taken it on, and then a turnover, so bit of a rush of blood there from Malachi.
The umpire called advantage. Malachi took it, and then they've reversed it for holding the ball.
So broadcast side, big fly from Heaton. Came from about 5 deep. His teammate can try and collect this one, and he's earned himself a free kick for holding. It's going the way of Buckley. Just about got to put the cue in the rack here. Kritopoulos stands at the back of this one, although he might have shared it with his teammate in Hollowa. The tall timber.
He's been crucial in this last quarter, Holloway. He was involved in that previous goal, gave the goal assist, and now he's taken a huge contested mark, and this would well and truly put the Burners out of sight.
So the big Blackburn ruckman here. He's been marched to the square, and you can hear the Burners faithful applaud that one. Things just getting out of hand now for Noble Park. He comes in and slots it, and it's safe to say Blackburn are home. That's your ball game right there. Bit of reward for effort for Hollowa, who's stood tall all day.
Yeah, they've been able to come back at everything that Noble Park have thrown at them. They looked a little bit worried in that third quarter, but they've been able to steady in the last quarter finally, and now I think they can just enjoy the final few minutes. 17.5 minutes gone in this last quarter, so they shouldn't have long to hold this one out. And what a day for Blackburn. Won the under 19.5s, and they're going to do the double here at Bayswater Oval on this sunny day and be able to enjoy the afternoon as they look to win the clearance here again, but it's going to be held up. Hollowa does the ruck duties again. It's Noble that win out. Blackburn shark it at ground level. They go inside 50. Where's Kritopoulos? Where's our man? Noble Park. They try to flick it around, tries to break the tackle. That's going to be ball. And they're on cloud 9 at the moment, Blackburn. Everything going right for them.
Look at Kritopoulos working in the square.
He wants another.
He's calling for this one. Wants his teammate to put a block on for him.
He hasn't turned around yet, has right. Kritopoulos is not happy.
Oh, it's on. Look at that.
Gee. There's a little bit happening off the ball as Wright comes in from downtown. Oh, he's found an option. Poor marking from Noble Park in that defensive 50, and this one's taken by Apple. He's had a good game today, actually, Apple. Played in midfield, pushed forward. This would just be a nice little reward on top of a fantastic day for the club. Comes in from about 35 metres out. Looks pretty good, but it's drifting to the right. So they'll add to their behind tally. They go 9-8-62 to 5-8-38. 19 and a half minutes gone, Trent.
So Noble Park through Jones, just have to pull the trigger down the corridor. It's a long ball past centre half back. Malachi at the fall tries to break the heart tackle, and then again we see an aftermath, and it's on. This umpire has to step in here.
Gee,
cards coming out. This is not what you want to see at any level. But after the game's just about been wrapped up,
certainly not ideal, and
it's too little too late for Noble Park to put up a fight now. So Malachi will be carded here for the second time. A Noble Park player's sent off.
He's lost his cool a couple of times today, Malachi, and he's just got
and now a red. So some words exchanged there, I reckon. Does that affect his season next year? Round one.
It may do. It may do. So I'm not sure.
I think he would have had to. So he's got to serve the 5 minutes here, and then does he get 10 minutes in the first quarter in 2024?
And he's absolutely copping it from the Blackburn fans down at ground level as well.
So inside 50 now. The fist came from Noble Park. Out of bounds there.
It's a bit of a shame because they, you know, coming into the game as underdogs, Noble Park, I think they played fantastic footy for most of the day. They were able to keep in the game, and it's just sort of got out of hand in this last quarter, and those undisciplined acts, just a bit of a taintedness on the game for them.
So slap forward now. Thompson can run onto this one. The soccer off the ground again. He's got 2 to beat, and Blackburn did this one superbly. It's the Burners' pressure to a tee right there. And Thompson, bar a couple of good moments, he's had a dirty day. And injury might be salt in the wound here, although he's back to his feet.
I've been looking for that siren, Noble Park. I think we're very close. John O'Ben messaged me earlier, said 2 minutes. As Noble Park look for a late consolation goal, and I think they get it. Although Blackburn are calling for touched off the boot. It's a goal. So they get their 6th. And that'll be 6-8-44 that Noble Park go to. The Burners 9-8-62. Too little too late for Noble Park, but they fought hard nonetheless, Trent.
They can hold their head high, certainly. The odds were stacked against them heading in. Blackburn own this day. Another 666 infringement, this time going the way of Blackburn, who can head inside 50 once more. They want to continue to put pain on this scoreboard. Putting his head in the hole well there was one of the Blackburn forwards. Might have been Heaton. The exit now with Noble. And a rundown tackle from Lee it was. Who bases his game on that sort of 1% of stuff.
He's had a good day, Lee. Plenty of the ball.
They're just waiting for this clock to run down now. Wright has it on broadcast side. Siren will be imminent. You can sense the Blackburn faithful are ready to erupt. And there it is. Blackburn are your premier reserves grand finalists. They do the development double, back-to-back years.
The development double, I like that one. They also do the double on the day with the under 19.5s, getting it done as well. Realistically, an almost flawless season for the Burners. They went 17-1 with only Vermont bettering them throughout the season. But, you know, when it comes to finals and development sides, the Burners are really second to none, Trent.
No, that's it. You have to give kudos to Noble Park, obviously finishing 4th on the table there. To even make the grand final is a good effort. So to come that close guys, they can certainly hold their heads high.
Absolutely, and they, for 3.5 quarters, they took it up to Blackburn. There was a period there in the third quarter where they came back. They probably won the premiership quarter, you would say, at the Bulls, but I think in the end, Blackburn just had a little bit too much class for them, and that shows on the scoreboard at the end. 9-8-62. Blackburn run away with it. Noble Park 6-8-44. That's all from us today from the call team, and we'll be back shortly for the Premier Division Grand Final. That one's between the Vermont Eagles and the Roeville Hawks. I absolutely can't wait for that one, Trent. We'll take a break, and we'll be back soon with that one.
We are at Blackburn. We are the mighty fighting Burns.
Full time in the reserves grand final here. Blackburn have done the double today, 9-8-62 over Noble Park, 6-8-44. Incredible stuff from the Burners. Hey Burners fans, why don't you sing your song again one more time?
We're a happy team at Blackburn. We're the mighty fighting Burns. We love our club and we play to win. Riding the box with the grin at Blackburn. Come, what may you find is striving. Teamwork is the thing that counts. All for one and one for all. We are at Blackburn. We are the mighty fighting Burns. We're a happy team at Blackburn. We're the mighty fighting Burns. We love our club and we play to win. Riding the box with the grin at Blackburn. Come, what may you find is striving. Teamwork is the thing that counts. All for one and one for all. We are at Blackburn. We are the mighty fighting Burns.
Can you sing? Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the presentation for the Premier Division Reserves season for 2023, I should say. Yep. A round of applause to both sides for a hard-fought contest this afternoon.
Yep, now rub it in.
Commiserations, of course, to Noble Park, gallant in defeat. A round of applause for the Bulls for their efforts this afternoon. To begin proceedings, I'd like to call up EFNL board member Kathy White to the stage, who'll present both the Blue Ribbon Medal and the Premiership Medals to the Blackburn side. Starting with the Blue Ribbon Medal, for the best on ground from Blackburn, number 24, Jackson Wright.
Meg! Meg! Meg, I'm going to leave the bag there, okay?
And we begin the presentation of the Premiership medallions, starting with the number 1, Sam Hudson. Number 14, Jacob Eppel. Number 15, Raf Peskowski. Number 17, Noah Wright.
Hannah, did you say hello to him? In the middle there. Right in the middle.
Number 24, and the Blue Ribbon medalists welcome him back to the stage, Jackson Wright.
Yeah, you'll see him on Monday at school.
Number 26, Jordan Hart. Number 30,
Hannah.
Lewis Downey.
Hannah. Hannah.
Number 33, Mon Lee. Number 35, Nathaniel Barnes. '37, Alexander Tassel. Number 39, Ethan Wright.
You can kick up there.
Number 40, Jack Kritopoulos.
Have a kick it properly. That's it. Hurry up. Where's your car?
Wearing 43, Mitch Dawson. Number 45, Oscar Buckley. Number 46, Joel Hollowa. Number 47, Will Oglethorpe. Number 48, Jesse Brown. Number 49, Hayden Telford. Number 53, Sam Heaton. Number 54, Daniel Pugh. Number 55, Thomas Ritterford. Number 57, Zach Murray. Number 61, Heshan Perez. The physio, Vasish Vasan. The runner, Corey Patterson. Team manager, David Schwab. Ladies and gentlemen, the Premiership captain, Thomas Randalls. And joining him on stage, Premiership coach, Paul Hart. Paul, I'll ask you to say a few words.
Thanks, Dyson. Thanks, everyone. Firstly, the Bayswater Footy Club. What a fantastic venue to play footy. It's fantastic for players and spectators alike, and their staff do a wonderful job to facilitate such a great final series. So thank you, Bayswater Footy Club. Obviously, to the EFNL, what a sensational competition it is. We've got 5 divisions. It's both the men's and women's. Obviously 37 junior competitions running around. We know how vital it is to our communities, and they facilitated it brilliantly. So thanks again to the EFNL for what a wonderful competition we're all part of. Thank you. Oh no, I haven't finished, Barge, sorry. Obviously to the umpires, congratulations on your selection today. You obviously were terrific throughout the season, and your performance today was no exception. So we know you can't play games without the umpires, how vital they are. So thank you, and great job today. Obviously to Noble Park, what a run they had. Played 4 games in succession to get here. They really gave us a real tough up today. We know how strong they are across the board. They were here in the seniors last year. They're a great, successful club, and they should be really proud of their efforts this year. So congratulations and well done, Noble Park. Just very quickly to our supporters, the Sea of Red, the Army was here out in force today for our 19s and then backed up for us for this, our game, and it was just an amazing support that we got. So thank you from obviously our president down. I could go through so many people, but it's just a great club to be a part of, super proud, and thank you for your support today, everyone in the red. Winding up, lastly, just to the players, what an amazing journey this year. We played 41 players. Some weeks we had 15, 16 run out there, and we relied on our 19s to top us up. And it's a credit to these guys, the way that they actually got themselves into the position to play finals. They deserve all the accolades, and congratulations, boys, on a magnificent season. Back to back is amazing. Well done. Come up, lads, come up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Premier Division Reserves Premiers for season 2023, Blackburn.
We're a happy team at Blackburn. We're the mighty Viking Burns. We love our club and we play to win. Right in the box with the grin at Blackburn. Come what may you find us striving. Teamwork is the thing that counts. All for one and one for all, the way we are at Blackburn. We are the mighty fighting Burns.